Hello and a warm welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy, where your dreams are our mission. This is Yatharth here. Today we'll be talking about an important topic that has been repeated over 2 years at least. Very recently in 2023 we saw two questions from this topic, and 22 again we saw one question. So the topic is minerals, especially the critical minerals. Alright, and we'll trace the source that from where these questions are coming and what we can expect in the year 2024 and what should be our strategy for this. The reading strategy especially. Alright, we'll also see whether we can eliminate things or solve the questions via elimination. Alright, so let's move to the first question. And you must almost be sure that a question from minerals will come in 2024. This is a very, very important topic, so do not skip it. Alright, just a second. I'll change the pen color here for better view. Alright, so the question talks about the ilmenite and rutile. So these are not very common name when we hear about the ores, let's say bauxite. So we all have heard about this. Alright, but ilmenite and rutile we have not heard. Okay, the second thing is that when we see the options, that they are evidently available in certain coastal tracts of India. It's asking about the coastal tracts of India. Alright, either somewhere here, between here or here. Okay, it's asking about the coastal tracts of India. But let's see the options. First of all, the option is copper, let's say. So copper is found in where? Majorly in Rajasthan, in Khetri mines, and somewhere in the middle part, central India. Again, we talk about the aluminum. Aluminum is again found in the central India and a little bit here, this side. Okay. When we talk about the iron, iron again is found in such a manner. Alright. So all these three options we can eliminate easily. And titanium will be our answer. Alright, so even if you know a very basic thing, then you can easily eliminate these options and occur to the answer. Alright, but let's see from where did the UPSC ask this question. Alright, so this is NCERT direct chapter. This is not from any coaching material or anywhere else. This is the base book NCERT. Now let us see about this. So abrasive minerals like silica, it talks about these limestone, aluminum oxide and various phosphate. Alright, so it's talking about the toothpaste here. Fluoride, again it is talking about fluoride is used to reduce cavities. Alright, most toothpaste are made white with titanium oxide, which comes from mineral called rutile, ilmenite and anatase. Alright, so we see the question directly asked from the NCERT here, that the toothpaste is made white by the TiO2 titanium oxide. It comes from what? Ilmenite, rutile and anatase. Okay, so this was our direct answer. Had you read the NCERT, then you would have very easily done this answer. Otherwise, you can eliminate the options. Alright, let's move forward. So what do we gain from here? The first and foremost, read NCERT. And what do we mean by reading NCERT? Do not read it as just a base book. Okay, take out specific points from it. Make notes from NCERT because they can directly be asked. Let us see another question for the same thing. Alright, about 3/4 of the world's cobalt. It's again talking about another mineral, cobalt. Okay, a metal required for the manufacture of batteries for electric motor vehicles is produced by. So it gives us two things. That the major, it talks about the cobalt. First of all, it says that it is a metal. It tells about its use. Alright, that it is used in the electric manufacturing or battery manufacturing. And secondly, it talks about the proportion that 3/4 of the world's cobalt. Okay, so 75% of the world's cobalt comes from where? It's asking directly. Okay, now what options is it giving? The options are, first of all, is Argentina. Well, it's talking about the Argentina in the Southern Americas. Secondly, it's talking about the Botswana, again Africa, and DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Two questions came on this. Alright, again and again I'm telling you that Africa is the favorite topic of UPSC. Earlier question came on the Faguban Lake, if you remember. And this is not amongst the great rivers of Africa, great lakes of Africa. Great Lakes of Africa are located near the Congo River, but the Faguebine Lake is located near the Niger River. And it is a drying river. It is facing multiple issues. So Faguebine Lake is also a drying river. Okay, we saw in 2023 also multiple questions came about Indian lakes. Let's say Dal Lake. Alright, Kolaru Lake, Gandak Lake. So all these questions had the same issue. Sorry, all these lakes had the same issue. They are drying as well as they are highly polluted. They were all freshwater lakes and all supported migratory bird species. Alright, so these patterns are there. So what do we see here? That UPSC is not randomly asking about any lake or any other thing. It is giving a pattern. And the pattern is that there should be some sort of contingency to it. There should be some sort of need to know about it. Is it environmentally degraded? Is it getting affected from climate change? Alright, there should be some sort of issue related to it. This is the keyword here. There should be some issue related to this thing. Alright, so whatever you see in the news, whenever there is a issue, so you talk about or you make note of it. So let's talk about this cobalt mining. Alright, so the answer is DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Now let's see how we could have known this. So first of all, again, the NCRT. NCRT is giving us such a wide knowledge for point making that some minerals are found in the igneous rock, some are in the metamorphic rocks. And it is also telling us that where is what found, such as iron ore in North Sweden, copper and nickel deposit in Ontario, Canada, iron nickel chromites in platinum in South Africa are examples of mineral found in igneous and metamorphic rocks. Okay, sedimentary rock formations of plains and young fold mountains contain non-metallic minerals like limestone. Again, it is telling limestone deposit in Caucasus region of France, manganese deposit in Georgia and Ukraine, and phosphate beds in Algeria are some of the examples. Again, it is telling that Africa, especially about Africa it is talking. Africa, again and again, favorite topic of UPSC, please read about it. Alright, so it is rich in mineral resource. It is the world's largest producer of diamonds, gold and platinum. Okay, these three we got the information, so make the note of it. Again, South Africa, Zimbabwe and Zaire produce a large portion of the world's gold. And now our question comes here. The other minerals found in Africa are copper, iron ore, chromium, uranium and cobalt and bauxite. Oil is found in Nigeria, Libya and Angola. So it's talking about cobalt. But is this enough information to expect a question? Alright, it is also talking about iron. It is also talking about aluminium, bauxite, everything. Alright, so we can just take a hint from here. Okay, that cobalt. But why should we read about cobalt? What is the issue? Okay, so let's talk about the issue. So issue is mining of cobalt and copper. Again, it could have asked about copper. In DRC leading to human right abuses. Alright, this is the issue. So expansion of industrial scale mines has led to forced evictions, Amnesty International says. So this is the issue here. Okay, and the issue is always asked by the UPSC. Okay, let's move forward and quickly see a map of Africa. So this is African map. Okay, what we see here is this region looks very, very dry. Okay, this Saharan region looks sort of dry. And there are two rivers here, major rivers. This is the Nile River. Okay, and there's a small river here flowing through this side. This is the Niger River. Okay, Lake Faguebine is also located here somewhere. Okay, it is a drying lake, which came in the question. So this was the issue. Okay, so whenever you are seeing a issue, even it's national, international, please read about it. It can come directly into prelims. Alright, what we see downwards from here is very rich region, very tropical region. Alright, this came into the question again, that which countries are the part of Congo Basin. Okay, so we are talking about the Congo River here. So Congo River is very, very big river. It cuts the equator twice. And then we can come on the Great Lakes of the Africa when we read about Africa here. Alright, these are Great Lake of Africa, Lake Albert, Lake Kuru, Lake Victoria, very large lake. All right. So Botswana was also in the question of the one of the options, but DRC was the answer. All right, you could have known about it had you read the news. All right, this is the Nile River here. When we talk about the rivers of Africa, the great rivers of Africa, this is the Niger River here. Okay, Volta River, Senegal River. Senegal was also in the news. Strait of Gibraltar we already saw when we see the Red Sea crisis, and Cape of Good Hope also we saw. The ships are having to go from here. Okay, IMEC we will also read very soon. This is the Blue Nile, Red Sea we talked already. All right, Djibouti here we saw the straits, multiple straits we saw. Here I have highlighted the Bab el Mandam Strait. All right, multiple straits we saw the Strait of Tiran here. Okay. Okay, so moving forward, this is Lake Albert, and these are all you can see here. An escapement of the Nile itself. So somebody asks you that which river is forming the Lake Victoria. So it's the branching off of a Nile River, of the Nile River. And this is the Congo River here. This is equator. So it cuts the equator twice. All right, so this is the Congo River here. There are furthermore Lake Nyasa, Zambezi River, Limpopo River, and the diversity of the rivers, lakes, minerals in Africa is really, really vast. You can see the African Great Lakes here. Lake Turkana, Kyoga, Albert, Kyoga, Kivu, Victoria. Victoria is very important. And this is all the connected system. You don't need to remember the name of every lake here that you'll remember the Maveru, Bongwelu. No, just remember the Malawi, Victoria, their general locations, which water body forms them. See, they are all connected. Somewhere these are all connected from either the Congo or the Nile. All right. So what do we need to see here? That if any river, lake is facing an issue, if any mining is facing an issue, anything is creating an issue in the world, international, national, then you must read about it. All right, moving further, this is a third question that with reference to India now, again, see, we can eliminate. So monazite is a source of rare earths. Monazite contains thorium. Okay, so rare earth, yes, and thorium, yes, very easy options we can say. All right, so monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands. So Indian coastal sands is very, very big. Okay, India is very, very big itself. We cannot say that entire coastal sand because the conditions change coast to coast. The coast is rather large, but even the conditions change. So this is an extreme statement here. Okay, we cannot say that it is found in the entire coastal sands. And in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. So monazite, why option 4 can be correct? Let's say if it contains thorium, and if it is used in the nuclear power production ultimately, then of course only the government can carry out the export and processing. There was one more question related to this that over 60% concentrated uranium is used for electricity production. So that was also not true. In 2023 it was asked only 2 to 3% we need. All right, nuclear enrichment. This is the topic here. All right, so let us, the answer is this. 1, 2 and 4 only. All right, because this is an extreme statement, generally incorrect. Okay, but how do we see it in the NCRT? So this is from NCRT again. So India is blessed with an abundance of sunlight, water, winds and biomass. It has the largest programs, etc. Now we talk about the nuclear or atomic energy. All right, so it is directly written in the NCRT that uranium and thorium, which are available in Jharkhand and the Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan, are used for generating atomic or nuclear power. The monazite sands, however, of Kerala, all right, is also rich in thorium. So it's only found in the Kerala. Okay, moving forward, let us see the answer. So monazite is one of the beach sand minerals that contain rare earths like lanthanum, cerium, and racidonium, nidonium, neodymium. Monazite is reddish brown phosphate mineral containing rare earth metal. So statement 1 is correct. It also contains thorium, all right, which is a prescribed substance in Atomic Energy Act. So this is related to atomic energy. All right, so our second statement is also correct. It does not occur naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands. Of course, we read in the NCRT that it only occurs in the Kerala. So this is our statement 3. And furthermore, last thing is Indian Rare Earth Limited, a wholly PSU, that is government owned, of the Government of India under DAE, Department of Atomic Energy, is the only entity that has been permitted to produce and process monazite and handle it for domestic use as well as for export. Why? Because it is a radioactive atomic mineral used for production of thorium. what monazite as high as 500 ppm and has the potential to be used fuel in the nuclear power system. So we cannot allow somebody else to just process it, all right, a private company to export it to let's say some other country who may use it for illegal purposes. Okay, so these are the questions related to minerals. What is our takeaway? First of all, first takeaway is NCRT, must read, make points from NCRT. Okay, second thing is if there is anything that is creating the issue in the world or facing an issue in the world, then must read about it. It can be 100% asked. Okay, keep scanning newspapers, keep scanning websites and international journals for different water bodies, lakes facing any issue. Okay, and that can be asked. All right, so this is for today's lecture. This is Yatharth here. I'll see you in the next lecture. Have a great day and keep studying.